Hello, 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 and a very warm welcome to Tarot and Oracle Cards for Every Day by Healing Hand Services. My name is Julie-Sian, and hello, hello, hello. It is literally 1 p.m. here in the UK. We have 11 hours to go before the new year. Woohoo! It's the strangest new year ever, ever. I don't think the streets will ever be as quiet as they will be tonight, and everyone sneaks out after curfew. So, wishing you a lovely day. Have a wonderful evening. And here is the card for today, the last group collective reading of 2020, 31st December 2020. And let's see what the tarot, our angels, our spirits and our guides have to say for us today. Maybe. So let's shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Talk about, oh, that one flew out, literally flew out. Okay, we have the King of Air, the King of Swords. So we've got light reflecting on it. There is the King. He is on his unicorn, his white steed, and holding back all the other unicorns. Now the king, he is at the top of his game. He has been through all the life experiences that have been thrown at him. He has been, he's gone through the major arcana, which is the life of the fool, the dreamer, through from birth through to all his life journey. He has gone through, this is the air, the swords, all his thinking starting from 1 to 10, and then he's been training as the page, the knight, and now he's at the top of his game. And with all his knowledge and wisdom, people look to the king. It says here, brilliant, impartial, professional, diplomatic, all the things the king has to be. Impartial, he has to be diplomatic. And with his knowledge and wisdom that he has gained on his journey to become a king, he is there. Now, air is all to do with your thoughts. And he has had lots of thoughts throughout his life, from the moment he was born to now when he's a king. Some thoughts he's acknowledged and accepted and worked on. Other thoughts he's thought, that may not be a good idea, and he's let them go. Other thoughts he thought, I'll think on that and act on it later. All right. So it says, speak with your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice. Balance mental and emotional considerations. This is exactly what the king does. He is able, he is impartial. People go to him, two people go to him and go, we're in dispute, and he's the king, and he will listen to both sides, because when you're in a dispute, you only see your side, you're not open to seeing everybody else's side. But he is the king, and he is impartial, and he will look at everything, and he will then make an impartial decision which will be fair to both parties, and then they will be able to move on. So it may look as if he's holding everyone back, but he's actually saying, "Way, you want to go, you want to do this, great." Words of advice. Now, whether you take that words of advice, that's down to you, but I am here. Think what you want to do, and let's go. Let's move in it. But speak with your mind with confidence, because the king, yes, I am the king. I know. It's not saying he's arrogant. He knows he's not arrogant that he knows everything, because a king never stops learning. We never stop learning. But what he has, he's got the knowledge and the wisdom. He's learned to keep his emotions under control. He's learned that when he feels the anger rising up, he can take a breath, step back. Why is this making me angry? Why is this making me irritable? Why is this making me sad? Why is this making me happy? Why is it that, yes, I can now do an impartial decision? I can be confident in what I think. He's balanced his mental and emotional things throughout his life, and this is what the king is. And this is what we're saying now. It's the end of the year. Okay. It's the end of the year. This is, like I said, this is a group card for the collective. This isn't individual readings at the moment. Um, oh, excuse me. So this card for the group collective, we've come to the end of 2020. So we have got to the king of 2020. We've gone through from the 1st of January 2020, gone through February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. We got through to December. We're here at the end. So we've gone through our learning passage. What have we learnt from 2020? It's been a very emotional time. Oh, yes. But mentally, it's been, oh my gosh, it's pushed everyone. So it's a time for reflection. You are now king because hopefully you've now got control of your emotions, of your mental emotions, your mental stress, or what's happening this and what's happening there. How can I control it? This has been going on for over a year with COVID. It hit China a year ago, and then it hit us January, February. So it's been nearly a year in the UK, but in the world, it's been a year's going. So it's come to the year, the king, come to fruition. We've gone through. What can you do to look back? When you reflect, air is to do with your thoughts. So the king is saying to you, reflect back on all of last year. Reflect back. There were some good days. There were some happy days. Yes, there were some sad days. There were some frustration days. There were days when you laughed. There were days when you cried. There were days when you were elated, days when you were angry. Okay. And if you look back and see what have you achieved? What have you actually achieved over this year? And it's time for reflection. Reflection is thinking, thinking back. This is what it's all about, the air, the king of air. Reflect back today. What is it that you want to not bring into 2021? What is it that you want to bring into 2021? What did you learn? Okay, what did you learn? That you can be very patient. What did you learn? That actually, I do miss hugs. What did I learn? Well, we're all in it both together, and it doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor, famous or unfamous. We're all in the same boat with COVID. It will affect every single person, walk of life. So, reflect. What is it that you can bring through? What is it that you probably thought, oh my gosh, I lost my job and I haven't got any money and I haven't got any savings. Well, you know what, I'm going to start saving just in case anything like this ever happened again. That is what you're going to do. Maybe you suddenly thought, you know what, if I hadn't frittered all my money on all those Starbucks and Costa coffees and all those sandwiches at the sandwich shop, and instead I took my own coffee to work and I made my own, just think how much money you would have saved. Oh my gosh. I'm not criticizing. Who loves a Costa or Starbucks? I'm a Costa's girl. Think back and it's like, oh my gosh, I can remember in the UK, this is thinking back, thoughts, when McDonald's said they were going to have to close. Where I live in Northampton, there's an area called Sixfields, and there's a drive-through McDonald's. I mean, you can sit in McDonald's, but there's a drive-through. People the day before, they said, right, McDonald's is shutting at midnight tonight. Do you know what? People sat in a queue for 2 hours for a McDonald's burger. I mean, think about that. Just think about the absurdity of that. I can't even say the word. You sat in a queue for 2 hours for a burger because they're going to be shut down because you thought, oh, I can't live without a burger. How meaningfully little is your life? Is that the highlight of your life, that you have to sit for 2 hours for a McDonald's burger? I mean, there's nothing wrong. What is right with McDonald's? So what is it? Sonia, no, this is just a card for the group collective. I probably will later do a reading. I will do, yeah, I'm going to come back live later. for readings later. So, you know, and just think about it. Just think about it. At the beginning of the year, when we had the first shutdown, and people were hoarding stuff from other people, and I still remember the picture of the video of the lady, the nurse. She had come off. She'd done about 2 or 3 days of 12-hour shifts, and she had just come off of a shift. She was a mum, I believe, and she wanted to go and get some food for her kids. And she walked into the shop and there was nothing there. And what was happening the next day, people were binning, because they'd hoarded so much fresh food and stuff, that next day people were going through bins and they were throwing out food that had gone rotten. They had bulk buy a whole load of, so this poor nurse had nothing, even though she was working 12 hours in the hospital under extreme pressure and stress, and there were selfish people out there who thought, I've got to buy this, and then they had all this stuff and they bought like 10 packs of chicken. No way would they use it. And then instead of freezing it went out of date, so they didn't need to buy 10 packs. Maybe they needed to buy 7 packs 7 days in a week, and then there would have been another 3 packs which this lady would have able to have had to be able to feed her children. What a lot of selfish people out there, okay? Hoarding. Oh, well, you know, but now I think with the second lockdown, people are realizing you can get out and shop and stuff. And it was fear mongering and everything like that. And it was media-led panic, media-led fear, media-led, you know, It was all mainly due to the media that installed this fear, the thoughts. Because it is only your thoughts that make you feel feared for. It is only your thoughts that, yes, I can do this, or no, I can't do this. Air is all to do with your thoughts. Okay? And there's the king stopping your thoughts and thinking, hang on, before you charge forth into whatever it is you want to do, you know, I want to do this. The king is going, hang on, hold up. Just a moment. Have a little think. Just be kind to everyone. Yeah, okay, you may be able to afford 10 packs of toilet roll. Each pack was got nine rolls of toilet roll in it. That's 90 rolls. Do you really need 90 rolls when the little old lady down the road, she'll go without? And you're capable of going out shopping once a week? But you know what? That the thought is people suddenly realise how selfish they were, how cruel and how unkind. Can you imagine when you're going into shops and people glaring at you because you haven't got a mask on, or because you're just wearing a face shield instead of a face mask? Okay, and you're glaring people going, oh, you haven't got a mask, you know, and it's like, well, hang on a minute. There is a reason I haven't got a mask on. Okay, so think before you thought to speak. Think before you act, and be kind and nice. Stop being a hoarder. Stop pushing your way around. Be respectful for people. Okay, and this is the air. The air is all about thoughts, and it's time you start changing your thoughts and the way you act and the way you speak, because you think something before this works. Now me, this works before this does, and everyone knows that. I've got a sailor's mouth. This works before this does. That is when I'm talking with my ego. But when I go and I connect with my heart center, I connect with my spirit and my soul and my angels, and then it comes out okay. But when you get carried away, you know, like what these unicorns behind. So this is why you need to become the king. The king, be in control of your thoughts, because thoughts manifest into words and action. Okay? And this is what it is. Be in control. You are the king. Okay? Reflect back. Reflect. Did you hoard anything? Did you buy too much of one thing just in case? Did you? I'm not criticizing you. Oh no, because at that time that's what you thought was the right thing to do. So don't criticize yourself, but learn from it to go, well, actually, we don't need to hoard because the shops are open. I mean, the shops are open tomorrow. You know, first day of January, it's a bank holiday. Shops are open. There is no need to hoard. Okay, even though we're in tier 4, shops are open. So think back, go, yeah, I know I did hoard. I did buy a lot of stuff because then I didn't know what's happening. But now, oh, actually, yeah, we are in tier 4, but shops are still open. I don't need to bulk buy. I don't need to do this anymore. Okay, be kind, be thoughtful, be respectful. Above all, the think is now I'm thinking from my heart. Think from your heart center. And those who think from your heart center, think from your higher heart center now as well. Thoughts. King of air, you are in control. But what it is the time. Like I said, the king, he's done his training all the way from January, February, March through to December. He's got here. And the air, the thoughts, he's thinking back, he's reflecting. What can you take from 2020 into 2021? What positive attributes have you learned and gained and experienced in 2020 that you can take into 2021? What negative stuff that you came across? Leave it behind. Just go, yeah. So reflect back and go, that was rubbish. I didn't like the way I acted, or I didn't like the way that person acted towards me. So I will make sure I will never act that way to someone else in the future. Have you ever actually in a shop accidentally pushed past someone to grab the cucumber from a little old lady? Okay, now someone done that to you, how does that feel? So next time, don't do it. It's the time of reflection. Great card for the 31st of December. King of air. Air is to do with your thoughts. Thoughts are your reflection. Reflect back. Let go of anything that is negative and that will hold you back. Look at anything that was your blockages that stopped you from growing. And as you step into 2021, bring forward everything positive that you learned, or the lessons, even if there were negative lessons, you can learn from that. Bring that forward. But above all, bring forward what was the most thing about the NHS? The community. You remember when we used to stand outside every Thursday night clapping, and how the community felt when we were banging our drums, clapping our hands, banging a wooden spoon on a saucepan on a Thursday night. How did that feel? That community feel, that lovely, and how people were not literally, but knocking on your neighbours' doors and going, do you need help? Do you need this? Do that? That community spirit has gone a bit. Oh dear. Do you not feel it's gone flat, that community feel? Right, let's grab that and bring that into 2021. King of Air, the absolute perfect card for the 31st of December 2020. Wishing you all an absolutely amazing evening. Yes, it's not quite the evening we thought we were going to be celebrating, but you know what? Every tradition starts with a new. You know, we all had to go, oh, well, it's a tradition. Well, we did it like this last year and the year before and the year before. But actually, 3 years ago, it was the first time we did it like that. And then a new tradition starts. So we are just creating new traditions. We are celebrating New Year Eve in a completely different way. And maybe it's the way forward and the way to do it. And then, hey, how many of you are going to actually wake up on the 1st of January without a hangover? Oh, without feeling ill, you know, waking up on the couch with probably the first time in many years some of us will be waking up without a hangover. Mind you, you might be having a drink or two tonight, but yeah, start of a new tradition. Have an amazing evening wherever you are. If anyone wants a 3-card reading, a half-hour reading, or a full reading, message me. They are available. I am also doing readings for the 12 months ahead, just for guidance, to help you guide through the labyrinth and the journey of 2021. So if anyone wants a reading for the next 12 months, message me as well. Take care. Have an awesome evening. Namaste. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.